Morning, how you doing? So it's Sunday, and today we are here at the New Forest Wildlife Park, which is backwards in that which is up towards the eastern side of the New Forest, and in a little road called Deer Leap Road, something like that. Deer Leap Lane, I think it is. Yeah, it's meant to be quite popular. I mean, it's busy here. We've just arrived. It's 10:30, something like that, and here we are. So we're going to just join a few videos together like we do, and we'll get you a walk around and show you what it's like. Okay, cheers. Right, so here's the car park. So here we are, New Forest Wildlife Park. Right, so as you come in, if you let the guy on the gate know that you want disabled parking, and then they will radio ahead and they will direct you around to disabled parking, which is, as you can see, right at the entrance. So all of these spaces here are disabled parking. Now, it is little tiny bits of gravel underfoot, but it's on hard, so it's on compacted stone hard stand, so could be a bit of fun with a manual chair. But if you've got a ramp like us, it comes out, obviously the ramp's going to come out to here, and then you're straight out onto the hard road, and then you're, as you can see, it's compacted and hard, but it's not the most ideal surface for wheelchairs, but there we are, it's not too bad. Right, should we go in, my dear? Right, so we're going to start walking in. Hang on a minute, just going to lock the car up, and we'll see how we. Oh yeah, and we'll see how we go. So there's some outdoor seating area for having a picnic, as you can see. Again, it's on this same compacted hard with the small stones on it. This is a ramp up to what's called the New Forest Kitchen, which is the shop. There you go, we can get something to eat and all that kind of jazz, and that all looks pretty cool. So yeah, and it ramps both ways, so that's what makes it really easy. And then there's some toilets over there, and I'll go and investigate if there's a disabled loo. So is there a disabled toilet? Yes, there is. So it's just round the side of that building. Here comes my dear wheelie wifey. Come on, missus, you're up here. So it's a ramp access, and it's decking boards, so that's not too bad. Upside down, but you didn't know that, but the decking board's supposed to be up the other way up. What those little ridges for is to actually let the rain drain away from it. So nice big door. Okay, it's not power assisted or anything like that, but it is what it is. So in we go. You've got baby changing, you've got a sink, obviously a bin, that kind of thing. Don's in with a chair, so that's all good. There's a light here. There we go, and then lock away, and then you've got handrails around the toilet. You've got arm, lift the arm, bum bum bum. So all the usual things. There isn't an emergency alarm in here, which is of interesting note. There's no, so if you go for a bit of a burden, you could be here for a little while. So take your phone in case you need to phone anybody. Anyway, we'll stop there. Right, here we go. So ramped entrance is in, so that's okay, and that's concrete, and you've got a reasonably wide aisle to go in, so that's not too bad. Here you go, you go on forward. There you go. So slow down a bit, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Oh, there you go, so that's really good. The lovely lady on the desk there said we can come in through to the hut, and Jade in the hut can help us. So there we go, we haven't got to struggle through there. You've got a nice big wide entrance, and this lovely lady here can do all the business for you. Fantastic. So there you go, we've just come in, and you get carers free, so that's fantastic. So wheelchair and a carer, it was $13.75 for the pair of us, so no complaints about that at all. Sorry, that's really bright. And there, so that's really good, so that's a good start, and you can come straight in without having to fight through the shop, so that's really good. So as you can see on the way down, let me just zoom that in a little bit. As you come in from the main entrance, it's a gentle ramp down. Again, it's on the compacted little stones, and then you come to your first enclosure, which is the giant river otter, apparently, who are probably having a snooze somewhere. But again, it's nice and big glass, so it's easy for the wheelchair users to be able to see in. Obviously great for the kids as well, which is obviously one of the things, of the attractions of this park. But you've got a fence in here so you can see over and then through into there as well. So, but there is no giant otters at the moment, they're having a kip. So there you go, and then there's a nice board there so you can see anything about giant otters, giant river otters, okay, which apparently come from South America. There you go. So this is a worthy note: as you come past the giant otters, it now becomes hard concrete, so much more easier for the old manual pushers amongst you, and then you'll be able to quite easily come in, and then you're coming into well, it's an internal viewing of the otters, and it's like a giant greenhouse with lots of beautiful plants and stuff like that. Okay, so this is the harvest mouse display. So this is all nicely level for viewing from a wheelchair. The internal viewing for the giant river otters is a little bit high, unfortunately, although they did say that there's an outside one for the other otters, which is better. Again, you've got fencing here, so you've got to see over that, and then round here for the otters, they are high, but as you did say, if you go outside you'll be able to see them better. But there is a couple of viewing windows, probably more aimed for the children, but this is ramping down. It's hardboard and steel, and you'll be able to probably view through there if you can bend down for the ferrets. And this is a ferret enclosure. Okay, so this is the entrance to the Night Watch barn. So there's a couple of badges here. Now you can see that there's various viewing views as you come in. It's all hard, it's quite dark, so be mindful of that. European tree frogs over there. There's a big glass place there, but it's not labelled, so it could be anything. And then there's a thing here on the Night Watch which is about what animals you expect to see. Okay, a bit more lit here. As you come round you'll see foxes, European polecats, and then there's some more information posters here, and there's a couple of these sort of like little table resty places as well. But again, it's hard concrete, so it's easy to get round, so just be mindful. And there's foxes here, so just be mindful of it's a little bit dimly lit. Okay, so as you come out of the Night Watch barn, there are some, be mindful that this is, again, it's sort of hard, slightly muddy if it was wet. It's quite bumpy. There's sort of like tree roots and bits and bobs, so it's a little bit bit of a push to get along, but once you get over it then you're back round here, so you can see an outside view of the polecats from here, and they're quite sociable, and they've actually been up to the glass. Sorry, I'm doing that the wrong way round, but they're in there, so you can see this like that. A little bit bumpy, but it's okay. The fox enclosure is over there, and I think you'd get another view when you go around this way. And then there's another little map here, so as you go around there's maps and stuff like that. So there is a grey partridge enclosure. Again, it's clear glass and it's low value, so so you can get in to see. So we've come round past the burrowing owls and down that area, and again, and this is the back end of the glass house, which is where the otters were. Again, it's hard and compact. You've got a better viewing area because you've got glass here, and then you can come right up, and then the bloody otters are all there. That's because it's nearly 11:30 and there's going to be so you've got a glass viewing area for the children and the disabled, and then yeah, there you go, all is good. So we've left the Asian short-clawed Asians, and we're working down. Again, it's all the same hard, gravelly, compacted stuff. It is a bit of a slope, so I'm guessing if you're coming down this way, you're going to end up coming back up the other way, and we'll find out as we get round. But yeah, so it's a slow wood path down towards owls and more otters. So you get the general gist of it for the moment. So it's very much like this all the way around, as far as I can tell. Right, so we're in the deer enclosure. I'll show you the door on the way out. But let me tell you, if you were in a manual wheelchair on your own, you'd have a right old fight. So again, it's the compacted gravel. It's all quite low fencing. There's a barn owl enclosure there, and the deer are out and about. They're sort of free ranging. As you can see, if we just go down here a sec, I'll video somebody come. So there you go. You can see that the door pushes out and comes in. So you're coming uphill, and there's two of those. So if you're in a manual chair on your own, you could have a bit of a fun there. But other than that, it's not too bad. Again, it's slightly slopey, as you can see, and we'll walk you around a little bit. So it's hard, the ground is hard, but again, it's gravel on hard, so you're going to slide around a little bit. But you just have to, if you're ably push, if you're a good pusher, then you'll be okay. Or in a power chair, it's not too bad. So yeah, we're going to walk around this, and as you can see, that's the part going up. That's not mega steep, but it is all slopey, so that's the thing to bear in mind when you're here. Okay, so when you come round to the second part, when you're leaving the deer area and the play area, this is quite a steep path down. Again, it's the compacted gravel on the thing, but then you come around here and then you've got like a wooded walk with netting on it. So this is going through the woods, and you go into a place called Wallaby Wood, and there's wolves and that kind of thing. So this is obviously waist height barriers either side. It's quite sturdy, it's quite strong. Donna's coming along in a big old chair. Say hello, babe.
Hi, babe.
So yeah, you can see that this is okay. There's a wildlife pond over there, which they're keeping for well, wildlife, frogs and newts and all that good stuff, and all that kind of jazz. And you've got this beautiful wooded view. It only goes across this area, because I can see from the far end of there, and I wonder if I zoom in very quickly, it's rubbish, but there you go, you can see that it's going to come to an end again, and you're going into another enclosure. So it only lasts for a little while, but it's there, so just be aware of that. Okay, speak to you soon. So sorry, I'm just going to say this, so we're back to the old two-door trick again. So this one is, I haven't tried it, so okay, so this is a push door. It's on a shock cord, so you've got to come in, oh, and then come through and come out the other side. So the other side of that gate, you're coming up this quite steep path again. So if you've got to be a confident pusher, have a helper, or be in a power chair to get to this second part of the park, because that is fairly steep. Donna managed it in her chair, obviously, because that's a power chair, but if you were pushing, you'd need a good pusher to get you up here. But then when you get up here, it's slopey, but it's not as dramatic as that bit. So just a word of warning as we're going round. I'm just trying to show you all the things here. So up here is a lynx enclosure, so we're going to go see the lynx. Hello, so that's it, we've been round the wildlife park today. Long and the short of it, if you're in a power chair and you're a mobility scooter or something like that, yeah, you'll be okay, I should imagine. If you're in a manual chair, that gravel is and some of them hills are a little bit hard work for you. If you've got a reasonably fit and able pusher, then you'll probably be okay. We did see one guy coming around. He was a left knee below knee amputee being pushed, and we were talking to them and we said that, you know, it must be, and he said, yeah, it is hard work going round. viewing areas, they're okay. Many there's glass windows that you can see through, so all of that kind of thing if you do want to get round. There's a tea room. They do sandwiches, cold, hot drinks. They don't do hot food, or at least they didn't today. It was just sandwiches, cakes, that kind of thing. You can get in and out of there, that's no problem. Just a little bump up on the step, but it is ramped, which you saw at the beginning of the video. And there's an outdoor seating area, and there's an outdoor seating area in front of me there as well. So all in all, it's okay, but you got to be prepared to have a bit of a push on. It is a bit hard going, so just bear that in mind if you do come. So yeah, there you go. Hope it was enjoyed. This is probably going to end up being quite a long video because there's lots of little bits and bobs that are going to get all joined together. And I'm sorry if I've buggered all my formats up. So I've got portrait bits and landscapey bits, but there we go. That's the joys of being an amateur blogger. You do know one end from another. But there you go. Anyway, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed the review. Yes, on to the next thing. Tomorrow we are going to Wet Wheels in Hamble, which is mental. It's brilliant. If you're in a wheelchair, you've got to do it. It's terrific. And we'll tell you all about that tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see you later, guys. All the best. See you later. Look out for hashtag Dons and Dins. That's us. Ta-da.